Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Frosthaven. So I went through and I've sorted out the cards that we're going to be bringing along if we go into the hand management. We have taken out, if I scroll down, we've taken out Javelin and we've taken out Tip of the Spear. And I've brought in Resolved Courage and our new card, Let Them Come here. So we've now got Let Them Come, Resolve Courage, and Unbreakable Wall. So we've got a chance of doing one of the masteries. That's a possibility that we could have. Over on the Blink Blade, I did a little bit of reading elsewhere because there are some things like Borrowed Time that don't make a lot of sense. On your next 6 actions, while slow, ignore the slow effect, and at the end of the action perform Snare at range 3. Turns out all of these cards that we have in the digital version of the game are compiled, for want of a better word. So if we have a look at Blurry Jab, for instance, in the board game, it's actually 3 attack, and then if fast, +1 attack and wound, and if slow, -1 attack and muddle. So it's impossible in this game right now to tell whether Borrowed Time is useful. It also means things like Overdrive. Sorry, not Overdrive. The other card that we were offered. There we go. Double Time. On your next 3 turns while fast, trigger all fast effects twice. We don't know how effective that could be in this game right now. So I made a decision based on my understanding of things and not based on the actuality of it. So this may actually be a lot better than I thought. Admittedly, it is a card that gets burned up, but you could potentially build around that. Something to consider anyway. Let's get back to town, and we're going to do some barracks related stuff. Who has plenty of resources? Let's get a hide in to train a soldier. There we go. So the soldier part is done. Next up, the decrepit wall we can't do until level 2. The craftsman we have upgraded. We could upgrade the alchemist. Or we could build something new. Let's have a look at the world map very quickly while my cat is running around in the background. Avalanche on top of the mountain. We're going to go up and sort that out at some point. Edge of the world. That looks to be fine. Spire basement we still haven't done explicitly. And work freeze is the new thing that we got. None of these right now look like they need us to have the boat, the sled, the climbing gear, or anything like that. So might be worth us just getting something like the mining camp to be able to buy and sell metal. It'll give prosperity, moves it towards the next level. I think that's a smart choice. So we'll get that going. And we are going to donate. We need 10 money. You've got all the money. So that's coming from you. We need 4 lumber. Let's do 2 there and 2 here. We can always buy more. We need 2 metal. And we need 1 hide. Under construction. Next up, let's have a look at the merchant and see if there's anything new that we want to pick up. That metallic scrap sword. If we didn't have the ancient fuel falchion, I would definitely stick it on. If we didn't have the poison dagger, I'd definitely stick it on. It is tempting to buy it over here and every now and then like choose between the protective scepter the scrap sword and something else, but we're mostly ranged over here. So the Warhammer is for when things really hit the fan and we have to handle it. So the merchant doesn't really have anything that's interesting right now. And I don't think we're going to sell anything that we've got either. Not just yet. There is still the potential that we could buy some legs items or make them. So let's instead go to the craftsman and see what we can do here. At level 2, we can now think about a simple charm. At the start of the quest, 1/1 modifier is removed from your attack deck. Not everyone has a helmet, so like it's not the worst idea. So that's a possibility. Crude hide armor. It's an improvement on the leather armor that we've got, assuming we can offset that disadvantage. Crude chain armor, if you're getting hit by multiple things, could be useful. I wonder if that scales up automatically. The way it's phrased, when you suffer a damage from an attack, gain 2 shield for the attack. I suppose it then gets used up for that attack. I suppose that's the trade-off. So is that more useful than the leather armor? Probably. What else do we have? We've got flexible slippers. During your end of turn looting, loot an adjacent hex instead of the one you occupy. They're fine. Dancing slippers. After you suffer a wound from an attack, move 2. Interesting. Don't know if I'm a big fan, but still interesting. Oh, and then we've got plenty of stuff down here. So the protective scepter, we've obviously got one of those. Crude shield, prevent negative conditions. That's not reusable. That is one off. Heavy sword, during your melee attack, add 1. Okay. It's reusable. Reinforced shield is like a crude shield, but reusable. Scavenger's Magnet, Hall of Commander, we've seen both of those. And then we've got crude spear down there. So really, the simple charm is the most interesting thing. Let's actually do that up here. Because our attack modifier deck, that's going to take it down to just 2 -1s. So we're going to be very consistently alright. If we do the Bruiser as well, that'll mean that there's only 3 cards in a standard deck that can't hit for our Banner Spear. So I'm happy with that. What else have we got in the way of construction? So you've got head, you've got body, you've got legs, you've got your hands, and you've got your small item. You're done. Over here, you've got head, you don't have body. So it's worth having something. Crude chain armor. It'll give us a -1, but it'll give us a little bit of a shield. Let's just check the upcoming perks. See if we've got anything that is going to allow us to ignore. There we go. Ignore item -1 effects. So if we get blessed next, that will counter it out. So I'm fine with this as an option to buy or build. So crude chain armor, We'll get that made. Still can fit feet items. Crude boots are probably more useful than flexible slippers. Flexible slippers are nice, but loot is not the be-all end-all of anything. So let's get the crude boots. So you got head, body, legs. You got many hand items and small items. We don't have body on Seraph. Are you going to get? Let's check your upcoming perks. I don't think you're going to be able to remove -1 item things. So we really don't want to be adding any negative modifiers to Seraph. So the Traveling Cloak, it's simple, it gives +1 health. Ideally we're not getting hit, but let's go for the Traveling Cloak. It's quick and easy to make. Onto the Alchemist. We have potions that we can try and make based on the various resources that we have. Now, these various resources look like they're shared. So let's start with this one. We have a Frenzy Potion. During your turn, perform an attack 2. Ooh. That's kind of spicy. It is a melee thing. Let's give it to the Blink Blade. Well, I'm not sure if we're going to... Oh, we can actually take 2 along now. Oh, even better. Next potion. A Muscle Potion. During your turn, perform Strengthen Self. That is going to definitely go on the Drifter, because we can use that to give ourselves advantage. And from that, when we do multiple hits, we're going to have some pretty solid results. Oh, I like this. I like where this is going. Right, we've spent 12 minutes faffing around in town, sorting out all of our bits and bobs, but I think we are good for now. Let's pick a new mission. We have been pushing through the spire, so going down into the spire basement would be a continuation of that. Although, does the spire basement just then lead back to where we were going? I'm just going to check. I'm going to do a little bit of reading off-site, and I might even check previous recordings, but I'll be back in just a second. Alright, so the specifics of it come down to the way the board game works with locking and unlocking missions. As we went into the whole ancient spire area before, we had the option of going down into the basement or moving into the upper spire. So this is the alternative route that we didn't take before. Let's go along and do it, because there's stuff to find. An encounter along the way.
Pushing through a set of spindly trees, you find a beautiful cloak swarmed over with scarabs and insects. It has ornate gold threading and looks quite expensive. But whenever you try to grab it, the insects swarm tighter and ward you off. They're fiercely defensive of it. You're always a bit wary of bugs that appear to be on a mission. This could be a harrower in some state of disorganization. Then again, it could be that someone left candy in a discarded cloak pocket.
Let's go with diplomacy first. Attempt to communicate with it.
If it is a harrower, it's much too scattered to communicate with you. You try giving it some rations, scooping the bugs closer, and even some old wives' tricks from around the tavern. No luck.
Oh, I guess we just wasted some rations then. Right. Spire Basement. Going up against the undead living spirits and living bones. Recluse isn't going to be particularly helpful for the Banner Spear. Slayer could be cool if we manage to pull it off, though. We have done it before. As for Inertion... Ravager. 2 actions with lost icons in the same turn. That's definitely going to happen. Ooh, Duelist. Never exit a hex adjacent to an enemy except through forced movement. We don't run away, so this makes a lot of sense for us to stick to. And then over on Seraph, lose a card to negate 2 or less damage from an attack. Tormentor is the stable, easy one to go for, so we'll do that.
Down the rear stairwell, a corkscrew of stone and iron, you go to see what lies beneath the spire. Tunnels are what you find. Black, sooty tunnels. From what you can tell, they are purely functional. The stone passages scraped and marred by years of clumsy automatons passing through. But there is a smell on the air that stands out. It's a mix between funeral pyre and an alchemist's shop. Burnt fat, charred metal, and smoke. You can't see the beam's light from here, but you can hear its telltale hum. You wind through the tunnels, keeping alert for any sign of movement. But you soon discover that the workers down here have been disabled, and now lie lifeless on the ground. It appears that they fell in the middle of their work, dropping where they stood and spilling whatever they'd been carrying. Their grisly cargo is strewn over the floor, legs with feet still attached, Orgox paws, vulpine torsos, all of it splayed out like a macabre trail of breadcrumbs. It isn't until you turn the final corner that you see where all this butchery was headed. A hallway heaped on both sides with discarded bodies and limbs. The humming noise is louder here, and the red glow reflects off the tunnel walls. The beam of energy is close. You move forward, but only manage a few steps before the ground stirs around you. Deathless bodies, ruined and hacked, rise up from the piles. Maimed and half-charred Orgox and humans, many of them lacking limbs and other essential parts, climb to their feet nonetheless and release weak, throaty groans.
Hopefully their limbs are as weak as those throaty groans. Nasty. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, but they need to sort out the balance on that audio that we hear from that, because it's definitely problematic. Right, we have a need to heal. Let's set for the charge, and we'll do Unbreakable Wall. That's going to allow us to prep for these guys coming in a little bit. Over here, we're going to put on... Do we want Unbreakable or do we want Relentless? Relentless is probably more useful. Relentless and Precision Aim, as we normally do. We're going to stay back-ish. And then we're going to start straight with Sand in the Hourglass to get some nice healing. Or we could do Make It Count and get the Blessing out, actually. So if we're doing Make It Count for the Blessing... What do we want to do on the top? Maybe kinetic transfer. No, what do we want to do on the bottom? I mean, still maybe kinetic transfer, but probably not. Potentially blurry jab. Move and give something a spot of damage. Alright, let's let them come to us. Ah, the bones are not coming to us. The frustration is real. Shields up. Set for the charge. You have to hope, but this time it doesn't happen. Shields up. Set for the charge. Oh my god, you can shoot me from there. I dislike this poison. I also dislike the fact that they're rolling so well. That's very nasty. Okay. Healing and blessing on everyone. And then let's step on up. I am concerned about the number of nasties we have in there. Let's come over to the side and do this one. Probably not worth us having another attack just yet. Precision aim on. Retaliate on. And for right now, I think we wait to move in. Now, resolve courage. If we stood here and had someone behind us, it would work. However, there is that guy there, and it is not the right position. Can we do anything about that guy? Probably not, if I'm being realistic. We might get lucky with power leak. But it's quite a stretch if we do that. Still. Power leak and temporal displacement would at least give us a reasonable chance of taking him out. We want to do draining arrows. We want to do shockwave. So that the drifter is in a more appealing position to be attacked. So we'll move on up to here. And then if we're going to do resolve courage, we need to go slightly after this. And hope that we still move before them. Oh, it's nasty, isn't it? Let's use let them come to move in and then resolve courage, and we'll try and get in position and do something with this. It's gonna take a fair bit of luck and jiggery pokery. That's not helpful. actually. Undo that. Explosive vial on you so that you can at least get killed. Cool. I feel a bit happier with that. Muscle potion. If we're going to do damage to these guys, we might as well try and have something going out on them. It helps. Bling Blade. Don't use the extra ability because we don't need the extra target. Just kill this guy. And then we just want you to step forwards. Time to try this. Resolved courage. Step on in. That is one of our battle tactics done. And we've got a bit of shield to get us through this turn. So much for never being the target of an attack. The next potential one is Unbreakable Wall, which we've already activated, so that was a mistake because we can't take that off. Okay, I guess we're focusing on other things that we can do then. Killing 2 enemies on the same turn is possible. Pincer movement's not really going to be likely with positionings the way that they are. Let's go with deflecting maneuver, and meat grinder's not even really going to work because we'd need you there or there. Still, we can do a hit. That's no problem. We can use Vile Assault to move forwards and Bloodletting to get a hit. And we're in a reasonable place for retaliation damage. Twin Strike can do some damage, but if we use Twin Strike to get Pierce, that's more interesting. So move 3, 1, 2, 3. And then pierce through this guy with like a hit and run maybe. Or we stand here and we do sap speed on both of them. I quite like that. Which means you're not going to actually be going to this space. So you can do your bloodletting here and move in. That's also fine. Living Bones are doing multi-attacks, so we'll protect what we can. And get some hits out. Good time to use the falchion while they're all clustered up. a bit painful. However, we do have a shield for that. So I guess that means you're stepping in and doing it on this guy instead. Well, we'll figure that out in a moment. Let's step on in. Skip the movement. Get that pierce. And sap speed with advantage. May as well poison this guy as well. Everyone's dead. And the world was a happy place. Well, I guess we're stepping in and bloodletting on this guy then. Not quite what I was expecting, but I'm not going to complain. We've still got that strengthen from the previous one. You're going to attack 4. No, you're not. We're going to bonk you on the head. Well, I feel we should probably heal ourselves up. And we could use Meat Grinder to do a bit of looting as well. Or pincer movement, actually. Yeah, let's say pincer movement. Can you get this guy killed before we have to move? If we do it this way, maybe. Let's say we're going slow-ish with continuous health and deadly shot. We're going to free up this space. Hopefully he's already attacked us and died. And in the meantime, the Blink Blade will go slow, and looks like we've got a few different areas that we need to go through. So we may as well move round. We can use kinetic transfer to get a bit closer. Cascading reaction and then kinetic transfer in case we need to take a shot. Yeah, he's going slightly faster than us. And he's backed up. Ow. That was a nasty hit. Round we go. And skip the attack. Drifter. We may as well grab this. Skip the attack and we'll regain precision aim. How are we doing in terms of cards? We've still got 2 turns before we're going to rest, but we can use our amulet now. Flame fruit, delicious. Step in, get the looting. And get some healing out. At all costs, Meat Grinder. Let's get crushing weight, heal ourselves up a little bit, and Unbreakable, put more activations on. Hit him on Sand in the Hourglass, but this is really just pastime. Let's do it as slow as we can. So, Banner Spear. Get up to here, please. And because this is adding regen, let's do it down this direction. on a drifter. Well, seeing as we've got regen, we can afford to just step on up and move our trackers. And the blink blade, seeing as everyone's right next to us, big heal. That overhealed us because our maximum health is above our normal. And nothing for hit and run, so we'll skip that. Long rest. May as well do a long rest. Although we could get sustained momentum to allow us to reposition a bit better. Let's put on sustained momentum. And long rest over here. So the drifter. Sustained momentum. And we'll prudent preparation even though it's not going to make a difference. It looks like we've killed slightly over a third of the enemies. Blink blade. What are we going to lose? I don't want to lose make it count. Make it count. Very, very nice card. Let's lose hit and run. And the banner spear, we will heal up that last little bit, and I think we will lose rallying cry. The banner could be useful, but I think we'll probably be fine. We're likely to have similar stuff in the next room. Let's push in with something like set for the charge. And meat grinder. That'll move us one. That'll get us just in the door. No, that's not good. I'm fine with meat grinder just getting us in there. But I think we need to see what else is in there first. So we will use set for the charge to actually do something worthwhile, but we'll do let them come, and we need drifter to get in first. Or our rather lovely blink blade. Seeing as we've already been targeted by an attack, it's not going to make a huge difference. We do kinetic transfer to move in 4 and do some damage. And then sap speed on the off chance we're standing next to two things. It's a bit risky, but I think it'll be fun. Ooh, do we want to lose shockwave? I think we can. I do like shockwave, but it's not really what we're going for right now. Let's go for draining arrows, and I need something to move us in, which is probably going to be deadly shot. Just to make... Well, actually, it doesn't need to be deadly shot now that we've got good movement. Let's use bloodletting to move in. Drifter first. Open the door. Living bones are going to move 2. So wherever we get to, they will be able to reach us. The elite's going to move 2, 1, 2. So as long as we're not standing in this space, he can't reach us. So we could go here and still shoot him. And these guys are around the corner, so it's not really going to be much of a concern. So skip the rest of the movement. Draining arrows on them. At least it's some damage going out. Then again, not that useful. Banner Spear. Set for the charge doesn't make any sense now. We could still do let them come if we go here and then let them come stab backwards. It's amusing. Really unhelpful. Highly amusing. Highly unhelpful. Well, let's step in here. We're going to do 1 damage to the Banner Spear. Don't push anyone back because we need to maximize this. Let's do it the other way, actually. Solid hit. Poison's a bit wasted on him, but it's definitely a thing. We could stand in the hourglass just to get our Tormentor done. Let's do that. We'll do it on this guy down here. We can Resolved Courage up this way. And then Deflecting Maneuver just for the shield, but probably better if we try and move round. Or use Regroup to move everyone else round. Knowing we've got decent maneuverability, we can get to like here and then take a shot. Yeah, let's say Vile Assault and Deadly Shot. Spirits are doing spirity things. So Resolved Courage, that's this way. Would have been good if we could have got them both. Didn't happen, unfortunately. I want to move you up to here. That's probably enough, actually. Blink Blade. Sand in the Hourglass. This is for Tormentor. Tormentor is done. This chap's taking a bit of damage. And then day turns to night, night turns to day. And you know what? We'll drink a Potion of Frenzy and get him killed. Then we may as well loot the area. The Blink Blade really is good at picking up loot. Oh, a mirrored knife. I am curious as to what that's got in it. So we are slightly out of range right now. I'm kind of tempted to... Oh, wherever we go, we're going to have to hit a trap at some point. So if we're going to have to hit a trap... I should hit the trap and then heal. And be in an ideal position for retaliation on these guys. So we'll do Deadly Shot on you, because you need the poison. And then we're gonna... Oh, that's for allies, not for us. Alright, well we're gonna tank this on the chin then. This is not going to get him in the retaliate because he's too far away. Same with this guy. They are rolling very well. This one, however, will die. We could do at all costs. We haven't done it yet. Yeah, let's say deflecting maneuver and at all costs. Try and get some healing out over there. Prudent preparation and crushing weight. I think we're going to move in and try and lean into the retaliation to really take them out. If we're moving slowly over here, which it looks like we are, how close can we get? Cascading reaction for 3. 1, 2, 3. And then make it count on the 2 of us. Actually, I'll save make it count for the following turn. So if I'm moving 1, 2, 3, maybe temporal displacement to grab loot if there's any left. So prudent preparation. These guys are doing minor bits of damage. So we should be able to survive this turn. Banner Spear. Wait, how are you out of range? There's no way you're out of range. I think it's just oh, maybe it's out of line of sight. Doesn't say it's restricted by line of sight, but that's fine. We can change position. I wonder whether this is going to be enough. I think so. Yeah, there we go. So heal you. There's nothing to heal in you. Oh. Wrong. Right, I need to restart the round. I pressed the wrong button. I did skip ability rather than confirm. We'll try that again. It's an easy mistake to make, especially when you're hurrying through stuff. So I said we were going to go for deflecting maneuver and at all costs, prudent preparation, and it was crushing weight that we used. And down here it was cascading reaction and temporal displacement. So same process again, only this time with a little bit less fail. And just step into here, get that lumber. Then we needed to move up to here. Can't heal yourself. Can heal your ally. Confirm targets. That does 1 damage to us. Which is really good. It's only the number of allies that have been healed, so it's really not much in the way of damage. It's disappointing how well they are rolling on these. At least this one's going to die. Right, Blink Blade. There's no healing to be done on yourself. Temporal displacement has nothing to loot. Let's just carry on moving forwards. We could go fast with Blurry Jab to move 5. And then we could use Twin Strike to move even further. I think 5's fine. And then make it count. Right the way in. I would love to heal you more. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to do Unbreakable. Get these back. And I think... I mean, continuous health would work for our next rest as well. But we've got time to heal up before this next room. So I think that's fine. Just step in and grab some loot. More lumber. Okay, Banner Spear. Let's start moving much further. Hey, what do you know? We could pincer movement on this thing. Why? Oh yeah, you can heal at range. It's unfortunately only yourself in range. And this would work if it was an enemy, but skip the attack. Long rest. Long rest. Long rest. You have earned it, team. We will lose sap speed. On the Banner Spear, we're going to lose, I think, probably at all costs. Well, actually, with the reinforcement, it does become a lot more useful. Let's lose pincer movement. And then on the Drifter. See, already half healed. That's fine. Let's lose Bloodletting. Set for the charge. 1, 2, 3, 4 gets us much closer. And regroup will get regen working. Unbreakable will give us back some bonuses, and Crushing Weight will give us more bonuses and healing. 1, 2, 3. We can just move slowly up to the door with kinetic transfer. And if we're going slowly, we can do make it count to try and bless everyone. In we come, get the regroup on. Coming along very nicely. We still want to try and kill 2 enemies in the same round. I honestly don't know if that's going to be possible. Blessings for everyone. And we'll get back our uses of these. And do a little bit of healing on ourselves. And get back another sustained momentum. Which we're probably not going to really need, but it's still nice to have. Let's get in there and see what's what. Okay, we're going to go fast. Blurry jab will get us in the room. And twin strike will do like a double stab. We're going to do draining arrows, so we want something to take us into the room, probably vile assault. And that means we've got more chance of resolved courage being usable, or let them come being usable. So let's select both of them. No, we need to actually get into the room. So meat grinder has to be on the list. Meat grinders move 3. 1, 2, 3. So someone would have to be standing on the door. No, that's not feasible. Let's say deflecting maneuver at this point. And then next turn we can try and position to actually get some kills. So running in really fast. Open the door.
After reducing the undead to their baser parts, you move quickly on and arrive at a wide circular chamber. This new room is made mostly of iron and stone like the chamber upstairs. However, here the walls are lined with a number of cylindrical metal furnaces, and in the middle of the room is the beam of pulsing red light. This chamber must be the source of the beam's power, but the room's other occupants don't allow you time to investigate.
Indeed.
They materialize shortly after you arrive. The air around the chamber wrinkles and compresses until several black forms appear out of nothingness. Spirits, clusters of them, wrench themselves into existence. They face you, raising spectral claws. But there is something else. Hanging in the center of these spirits is a hulking mass of folded black smoke. A churning shadow whose eyes boil with malevolence.
That's this
chap. The massive
chap.
wraith looms before you and releases a low, hateful moan that shakes the metal on which you stand.
Okay, well, the hateful corpse needs to die. Oh, he's gonna move and he's gonna hit hard. We can't quite make it next to him. So if he's going to move 2, he's going to go 1, 2. So I feel like we should be standing back a teensy bit. I also feel like, well, this is just difficult terrain. We could stand on difficult terrain. Let's just stand on the difficult terrain. And we have no one to attack, unfortunately. Not going to move. Let's be safe. Drifter. I can get you in on this side. You are not going to be in range for these, however, which is a real shame. They are just too far away. Still good to get into the room. It's better than nothing. He will be able to make it up to us, but I'm fine with that. And our banner spear can come around, but it's not really worth it. Let's just move up to here for now. And no one needs healing. It'd be good to get some regen over there, but it's only useful if we're already injured. So we'll skip that. We'll put deflecting maneuver on. Let's sort this guy out. Poisoning him makes a lot of sense. So if we're going to let them come, we need an ally here next to him. And yeah, if we were one space further forwards, we could hit him with it. So let's say at all costs to get in position to... No, we'll do Resolve Courage and let them come, and then we'll do a short rest next turn. That'll get poison out on him. Then the Blink Blade can be fast. Maybe self-poison in order to hit two things, but probably not useful. We could purposefully go a little slow. Temporal displacement sounding the hourglass, maybe let him come a bit closer. Over here, prudent preparation will give us a little bit of a shield. Or a little bit of healing. I think actually focusing on taking this guy out may be better for us. So I'm thinking continuous health. Prudent preparation, continuous health allow us to maybe step away and deal with it. Hateful Corpse is moving pretty quick. He's hitting and retaliating and infusing dark. Living Bones are going to heal up, which is a pain. But they're only healing themselves, thankfully. So we need to step in here. And then let them come. This is all for that poison. This guy is immune to disarm and stun. Suffice to say, this is changing my priority to this guy. So we're going to shoot him. And we will put on precision aim. And I'm wondering if it's worth us moving to the other side for pincer movement. And I suspect it probably is. We're not going to be able to get exactly on the other side, but we can get to here. Which is almost the other side. This was a mistake. I forgot he hadn't moved yet. Ow. You know what? We can just lose deadly shot. I don't mind losing deadly shot for that mistake. We will definitely get a hit on you. Or we use it to move in. And we start him bleeding out. And yeah, let's swap the dark over for light. Because he's going to love that. Short rest. Short rest. We could move slowly and just do power leak and cascading reaction. If we get a little bit closer, we can start using some of our other abilities and summon a guy behind us to help out. But for right now, I think it's going to be fine. Don't want to lose Let Them Come. Let's redraw that. We can lose Set for the Charge. That's fine. We can lose Crushing Weight. That's no problem. So on the Drifter, sorry, on the Banner Spear, we're going to do Let Them Come, but we're going to want to step in first, and we're going to try and hit the skeleton as well. So let's say Deflecting Maneuver and Let Them Come to get in and do that. We're going to go for Draining Arrows, try and get muddles on everyone. And we can put on Unbreakable to try and get some shield. That's not a bad plan. Hateful Corpses is going to move slow-ish. He's going to hit hard, and he's going to move. Let's just try and do as much as we can before then. It's a little bit, and it all helps. Drifter. Draining Arrows. Here, and here, because we don't have disadvantage over there. That's alright, actually. Get yourself some shields. And in addition, put a shield on our lovely friend here. Blink Blade. Power leak him in the back. That's good. Let's move and grab the loot. So the reason I put the shield over here was because the Banner Spear with the fastest acting card is the one that gets targeted if there's a choice between several of them. It's a little painful. Luckily we can tank it down. All nice and effective. Oh, we can do a Resolved Courage if we get the guy out behind us. And I'm hoping we can summon on difficult terrain. If not, we can summon here, actually. It's going to be fine. And we're not going to get 2 kills unless we get really lucky with this guy getting injured first. So let's slow down, actually. We'll go at 60 speed. And maybe we do a Vile Assault on you to try and help out a little. Blinkblade, your entire job is to kill this guy. Sure, lose kinetic transfer. I want you moving quickly. I want you cascading reaction, and then just in case, twin strike. So you've got that pierce. Living Bones is going to do basic stuff, so that's not really a problem. Get the poison over here. That's okay. Hit him again. This is also fine. And then not really got much else to do, so skip that. Blinkblade. Back it up. So we're gonna move a little. Skip the rest of your movement. Get that pierce. Cascade all the way through here. What does the mirrored knife do? Does this not take a hand? During your melee attack, add all negative conditions you have except for... So we can add muddle onto it. That's interesting. I mean, we're not going to do it, but... we're definitely going to hit him again. Your entire job is to get this guy killed. There we go. Tormentor is gone. Of course, you've had to move to a more difficult position for me to actually get reinforcements on. So now Resolved Courage isn't going to work properly. Oh, you painful things. Is there any way I can make this work? Probably not this turn. So I think I'm going to have to put him down there. And we might have to just pass and try and do it next turn. Let's weaken this guy a little. Okay, did nothing. It's fine. We can meat grinder them. Regroup, meat grinder. Long rest. We'll do a tiny tap on this guy. With a blurry jab movement that is slow. That's how careful we're going to be. Blurry jab, temporal displacement. So, Blinkblade. Step, step. Do 1 damage to him. All this to try and get the 2 kills in 1 turn. And then grab the loot from underneath him. Reinforcement. You may as well move behind for what it's worth. Meat grinder. Here we go. 2 kills in the same round. Step in, grab the loot, and be happy about it. And there is going to be that one bit of loot that we can't quite manage. But all enemies are dead. And victory is ours. Inertion has gained another level. So we managed to get Slayer. This was worth engineering because it's 2 perk marks. And we got Tormentor. We didn't get Duelist. We must have repositioned at one point. I didn't notice. Easily done. Still. Good mission.
You do not know where spirits go after you dispatch them, but you hope it's far away. You extinguish the malevolence, releasing its grip on this chamber. What's left is this empty room, a place made for grisly work. Without the mechanical creatures running up and down the halls, you have to guess at how the furnaces function, but it seems pretty clear. The machines feed bodies to the stoves, which in turn fuel the beam of energy through some nefarious magic. You cannot fathom who could be responsible for such an operation, but you do know where to look for them.
Yeah, that's going to be the guy we've already killed.
In the rear of the chamber there is an elevator, a metal platform set into the floor, strung up to a system of pulleys and chains leading upward. The controls are clear enough. You just have to get on and push the button.
Well, this unlocks top of the spire, which we've already done. So we can go on and do top of the spire again, potentially get some more materials. It doesn't look like... Well, I mean, there was nothing to loot from it, so there's no real benefit to us doing that. So in this case, I think we just want to return back to the outpost.
Hear ye, hear ye! I am the crier of the great Dalum, the most powerful seer the world has ever known!
An ostentatiously dressed man is shouting in the middle of the town, drawing a crowd.
It is my great honor to advise you that a great Dalum has selected this outpost for his next visitation!
Hooray!
There are audible gasps from the crowd.
He will arrive in a fortnight. Prepare yourselves and be merry.
As the crier packs up, Frosthaven's citizenry come alive.
The Great Dalum? Here. We'll need to prepare a feast. We'll need an offering. I've heard he grants the wishes of those who please him with lavish donations.
Even Mayor Satha looks to be hiding excitement under a facade of civility. This should be an event to remember.
Well, preparing a feast is great, but it could also be a big scam. Let's help clean the streets and make a good impression.
You put in the work to clean up the dirt and snow-covered streets of Frosthaven. Many of the residents come out to join you, excited. A young lady chats your ear off while sweeping, her face beaming.
I heard from a friend his watery blue eyes see straight into your soul. He speaks quietly, but he knows your name without asking. He's the most incredible seer the world has ever known.
Sounds like a cult to me. We gained 1 morale, and we gained an inspiration and a new campaign event. Well, we have things to do. Let's go into the characters before we finish. It's all perk points. Bruiser. This is going to get rid of another -1 card. Alternatively, we could go for gifted and prep for item -1 effects. Let's just remind myself what we've got in terms of equipment. We would be able to swap out the leather armor, so this is worthwhile. Yeah. Gifted. So it gets rid of a -1 and it allows us to have other -1s. So we'll make some proper armor for our banner spear. Over on our drifter, I said we were going to go with blessed. There we go. It ignores the -1 that we're getting from our armor and it gives us an additional +1. So that's nice. We do also have new cards to pick for level 4. Chunk of Flesh. It's attack 2 and heal and regain a use. On the next 6 sources of damage, gain 2 shield, which is nice. Gift of the Prey. 3 attack at range 3, and if you kill, regain a use of your bonus. Move 4, if you've killed this round, regain a use of your bonus. I think Chunk of Flesh is probably more useful because of the shield on the base. But I do love decent ranged damage. We are kind of leaning towards that. We'll go for Chunk of Flesh though. It's the smarter choice, and straight away I'm going to take out Unbreakable and we're going to put Chunk of Flesh in. And then that's done. Finally, we have a perk for Seraph. Entropy Transfer, Head Start, Perpetual Motion, they're all kind of interesting. Hasten, however, has got some potential. I think we'll go for the other Gouge, and then next time we'll start going for either Bolsters or Hastens. We're getting rid of another -1 and instead getting a wound. This is great. Only 2 cards in here are, in quotes, bad. Just before we finish, so I don't forget, we will go to the Craftsman and make some crude chain armor for the banner spear. We'll be able to sell the leather armor. In fact, I'll do that now. Much more useful for us having a reusable 2 shield. And with that, we're going to finish off for this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you've enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. We're up to 4 out of 5 prosperity towards the next town level, so that's going nicely. We're start of the next episode, we're going to train up another soldier. I'm feeling pretty good with where we are. If you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Frosthaven. See you soon.